high-level public servants to the country's elite, Malaysia is cracking down on corruption.
No one is above the law, especially when it comes to combating corruption.
Good governance, no corruption.
But yet, there are questions over Prime Minister Anwar's motives.
I feel that this government is just trying to harass opposition.
It seems political, but if there are grounds, evidence, to support such prosecutions, then let the courts decide.
What is behind Anwar's big cleanup? And after one MDB, is it enough to wipe the stain of graft from Malaysia's reputation?
The pervasive corruption in Malaysia possesses a significant threat to the very foundation of its society. It undermines crucial values such as transparency, accountability, and public trust, all of which are essential for a functioning democracy. The prevalence of corrupt practices is slowly eating away at the core of Malaysia's democratic institutions. It is crucial for Malaysia to confront and tackle its corruption issues head-on in order to rebuild the shattered trust of its citizens and pave on the way for a more promising future. Failure to address these problems could result in corruption becoming even more deeply entrenched within the country's governance structures. In a hypothetical nation, corruption is rampant and pervasive, casting a dark shadow over the democratic principles that should guide in governance. This isn't merely a work of fiction, rather it is a harsh reality that Malaysia currently grapples with. Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Rafi'ah binti Abdul Rahman and I am student at the Faculty of Health Sciences, Group NHSN7B. Today I have the honor of presenting a topic that is deeply significant to all of us as Malaysians, the pervasive issue of corruption in our country. Picture a land where corruption is present in every nook and cranny, standing the very core of democracy. This is not a work of fiction, it is the harsh reality that Malaysia is currently facing. Our beloved country is engaged in an ongoing struggle against corruption, a threat that jeopardizes the foundation of our society. It undermines transparency, accountability, and a public confidence, key element necessary for a thriving democracy. It is crucial for Malaysia to confront its corruption issues in order to rebuild trust and its institutions and pave the way for a promising future. Without addressing these problems, we run the risk of allowing corruption to embed itself even deeper into all aspects of our governance. Today, I will explore how corruption impacts transparency, weakens accountability, and fosters skepticism in public organizations, ultimately arguing for united efforts to combat this peril. Corruption gives rise to a climate of secrecy and dishonesty, impeding the dissemination of crucial information necessary for the smooth functioning of a democratic society. Transparency International characterizes corruption as the exploitation of entrusted authority for personality benefit, fostering an environment of concealment where pertinent information is kept hidden from the general populace. As evidenced by the infamous 1MDB scandal, the ramifications of clandestine financial transactions can result in vast sums of money being diverted without oversight. A report by the Age Markets in 2018 highlighted how the absence of transparency facilitated the embezzlement of such a staggering amount of funds. The Felda scandal serves a poignant illustration of this phenomenon. As detailed in a 2019 article published by Malay Mail, the absence of accountability in this scandal exemplifies the insidious nature of corruption as it infiltrates vital institutions, shielding wrongdoers from being held answerable for their actions. This is not subverts the principle of justice, but also diminishes public trust and confidence in the system. Corruption undermines the fundamental principles of accountability by enabling perpetrators to avoid repercussions and circumvent legal consequences. When corruption becomes entrenched, it establishes a framework where individuals in positions of authority can operate without fear of punishment. According to a recent study conducted by Transparency International Malaysia, a staggering 70% of Malaysia's citizens perceive corruption to be increasing. This alarming statistic, as reported by The Star in 2021, indicates a widespread lack of faith in governmental organizations. This widespread mistrust creates significant obstacle in achieving successful governance. The presence of corruption within institutions designed to serve the public undermines the trust of citizens, ultimately resulting in a collapse of effective governance. When individuals no longer have confidence in their government, the fundamental agreement between the ruling body and its people is shattered. In conclusion, Malaysia's battle against corruption possesses a serious threat to the foundation of democracy. It hinders advancement and nurtures a climate of immunity. Without openness and responsibility, our system cannot operate efficiently. It is the responsibility of all Malaysians to advocate for transparency, responsibility, and ethical behavior in governance. Through these efforts, we can combat corruption and restore faith in our institutions. There is optimism in taking action. By uniting to uncover and eliminate corruption, Malaysia can lead the way towards a future defined by justice, equality, and integrity. Let us unite today to advocate for a brighter future.